Your hand drawing should be ready. So what you're going to do now is you're going to embellish the hand with jewelry. So that could include rings on the fingers, that could include some sort of a cuff or a bracelet on their hand. So like here I'm actually wearing a bracelet, so you can see how it has sort of this raised contour edge to it. And you can also see it has light parts and dark parts. That's something we'll emphasize later. So what you want to do though is kind of go a little bit more extreme with your embellishment of your jewelry. So you want to do something that's bigger than you might normally wear. This is actually a Wonder Woman cuff that I have made to send out to a client later. So you can see the star has that 3D element to it. There's a highlight here where it's shiny. It's darker along the edge here where it's curving away from the light. So what you're going to have to do first is you want to get your contours drawn on there. You do not want to look like it goes across their wrist or across the fingers. You want it to look like it goes around. So we've talked about perspective before and linear perspective back in 2nd grade, and recently we reviewed it in 4th grade. So if I do a curved edge to it, a curved contour, this is going to make it look like it's actually going around their wrist. Then I'm actually going to be overlapping some on the wrist part, so that's going to get covered up, and I might even erase part of it later, but probably as I add color and I add light and darkness to it, that's actually going to hide that anyway. So then I'm going to show the contour edge of a bigger, thicker, heavier bracelet. So this should look like it's curved. Then maybe it has sort of a round edge to it. Then I'm going to start thinking about, well, what are some three-dimensional elements? These are like jewels out of a craft box that I have. So like here, if I drew something like this on it, I want it to actually look like it has that round, curved 3D edge to it. This pearl pendant, this looks similar to what you guys would have practiced with the other art teacher in that gemstones video that she showed you, where you see the highlights, you see the shadows and the filigree around the edge. So if I want to think about how I would decorate the cuff here that this person's wearing, then maybe it has this big round stone in the middle. And maybe it does have some filigree elements to it. Instead of curves, maybe I'm going to do something a little more pointed. But later I'll be going back in to make this look three-dimensional. So what will get emphasized, we're not really going to worry about shadows on the hand and the fingers. We're going to worry about the shadows on the actual three-dimensional elements we're adding. So then if I wanted to add some sort of a ring, this could go on here, but it needs to look like it actually goes around the person's finger. So again, I'm remembering to do those curved contour edges. So now I have the embellishments added so they look 3D. What we'll do in the next video is we'll talk about actually adding value to make them look even more three-dimensional.